SportsBeat is brought to you by Ken Garth. We hear you.
Driving, rolling bucket by Donovan.
Yeah.
Wow.
These easy shots by Jamal Murray cannot happen.
Oh, my. Back and forth we go.
One of the masters of this series, well, two of them actually, but Jamal Murray.
Oh, come on, please. 50 for Murray.
SportsBeat is live. What a week, what a weekend. We have it all covered for you. JJ and Sam with you for the next 45 minutes. BYU has a game in just 8 days.
Wow.
We look ahead to the season opener against Navy.
Yeah, and we've got the latest on the Dell Loy Hansen controversy as well with RSL. An announcement made Sunday that will have a significant impact on the future of pro soccer in Utah.
But you know where we have to start, and we have to.
Yeah.
The Utah Jazz. They had a chance to close out the Denver Nuggets in Game 6. Instead, they played like a team playing their fourth game in 5 nights on an East Coast road trip in January. Yeah, what was going on?
Yeah, I had no idea, really. The Jazz, they've never lost a series when they've had a 3-1 lead. They're now one game away from doing so, though.
Well, let's hope we have different news on Tuesday, but for now, we'll start with this. 3 minutes into Game 6 that seemed impossible. Things were starting to go so well in the first quarter. Donovan came out on fire. He scored 10 points in the first quarter. The Jazz couldn't miss. They made their first 7 shots. Mike Conley with a tough one. He had 21 in the game. The ball was moving. The minivan gives the Jazz a 10-point lead. Jazz were 4 of 7 from 3, and Donovan leading the way, 2 for 2. The Jazz led by 6 after the first quarter. Somehow, though.
Yeah, somehow, after the way Jamal Murray's been playing, the Jazz still haven't figured out a way to guard this guy, right? He was ripping the net in the first half, 11 points in the first quarter. He cranked it up a notch in the second quarter, made 9 of 15 first-half shots. 3 of those were from downtown. He had 25 first-half points. Now, maybe the Jazz were hoping that the play at the end of the half would maybe squash that momentum. Joe Ingles blocking Murray's three-point attempt, but Murray's best was yet to come.
Jazz had a little momentum going into the second half. Donovan came out swinging, trying to match what Murray was doing. He was even better in the third than he was in the first. 13 points, 3 of 4 from 3 in the quarter. He would finish the game with 44 points, and it wasn't enough. Why? Well, because the Jazz as a team stunk tonight. No reason to sugarcoat it. This defense is so poor. You can't give Jokic and Jamal Murray this much space to work with. Rudy was not great in Game 6. The Jazz closed the third so poorly. The Jazz were down 1 with 3 minutes left in the third. They trailed by 9 entering the fourth, and things didn't get much better in the fourth. Turnovers, getting out hustled by Mason Plumlee on the rebounds. How do you let Jokic walk up into an open 3? What are you doing? Rudy Gobert takes his frustration out on a chair. This scene tells the story of Game 6.
I said the same thing when I had 57. You know, it means, you know, at the end of the day, there's things that I can do, little things on both ends of the floor that help us get through. And if we all lock in and focus on the little things, we'll win the series.
Take that anger into Game 7. Murray had a quiet third quarter, just 1 bucket. Did the Jazz fall asleep on him for the fourth? Yeah. Murray was unstoppable force on offense. He made 7 of 8 shots in the final quarter. 5 of those were clean looks from three-point range. Scored 18 points in a 5-minute stretch, giving the Nuggets a 10-point lead with 52 seconds to go. Murray finished with 50 points. He now joins Donovan on that list of players to have multiple 50-point games in a playoff series with Iverson and Jordan. The Nuggets forced Game 7 with the win.
Nobody's down. We're just pissed off because that was a winnable game. No one's down at all. We got 1 more game. You know, if we're down now, then we've already lost Game 7. I don't think anybody's down. I think pissed would be the right word because there were things we can do to win this game. We're motivated for the next game. You know, no one says it's going to be easy. You know, at the end of the day, they came back from 3-run, credit to them, but no one's down. We're ready to go. If we went to play Game 7 right now, I think all of us would be ready to. So we're just locked in, ready to go.
Let's hope they're locked and ready to go for Game 7 on Tuesday. Moving on to the other NBA playoff games on Sunday. I think it's fair to say that Luka Doncic has reached superstar status. He's the 5th player in NBA history to average 30 points, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists in a playoff series. The others, LeBron James, Russell Westbrook, Oscar Robertson, and Michael Jordan. That's good company. Was it enough for the Mavs to force a Game 7 against the Clippers? Well, Marcus Morris was determined to do everything he could to stop Luka. I guess this is the only way he knows how. A flagrant 2. Morris ejected. The Clippers built a big lead. Kawhi flying through the lane. Luka was incredible, as you would expect. 38 points, 9 rebounds, 9 assists, making one tough shot after another. He got the Mavs back in it. cut the lead to 6 in the fourth with this step back, but it wasn't enough. Kawhi with 33 points, 14 rebounds, 7 assists, 5 steals. How's that for a line? Clippers advance to face the winner of Game 7 between the Jazz and Nuggets. Game 1 of the Eastern. Celtics and Raptors. The defending champs didn't show up. Boston rolled. Robert Williams with 10 points off the bench. Jason Tatum would beat the third quarter horn. He had 21, Marcus Smart 21, and the Celtics win Game 1.
They supported other issues nationally, but they clearly did not support our city nor our organization. That's fairly clear. And it's just like someone stabbed you, and then you're trying to figure out a way to pull the knife out and move forward. That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
It's like the disrespect was profound to me personally.
Yeah, just when the majority of pro sports teams in America were shutting things down temporarily to protest social injustice in the wake of the Jacob Blake shooting, Real Salt Lake owner Dell Loy Hansen goes on the radio and had those comments about RSL's decision to boycott its game against LAFC on Thursday night in that cause. Now, he has no place in Major League Soccer. That's because this announcement from the MLS that Hansen will begin a process to sell Utah Soccer holdings. Those holdings include Real Salt Lake, Utah Royals FC, and the Real Monarchs. MLS also said it will work with Hansen to help in the efforts to sell and will work closely with the club's executive staff to support the operations of the team during the transition period. Hansen also released a letter to the public this morning, part of which includes an apology stating, quote, "I believe that communities are strengthened by diversity. I'm truly sorry for offending and being insensitive to the plight of others. I seek to do better."
The thought that we all have, and this hasn't been verified in any way because no one can find out, is that, those investigations may have been the tipping point. And frankly, like it sounds like Dell Loy realized that it was time to get out while he still could, to make some money from it, frankly, which he's going to make a lot of money from the sale of these teams.
So who could the potential new owner or owners be of Real Salt Lake? Well, how about the third leading scorer all time in U.S. men's national history? Josie Altidore tweeted, "I'm involved in a group that's ready to purchase it. Time for change." Maybe Qualtrics owner Ryan Smith, when a fan tweeted earlier to him this week to please buy the team, Smith responded, "I'm in. They got my number." Even football star J.J. Watt is interested regarding the Royals. He said, quote, "I see a club with a great fan base, fantastic facilities, and a beautiful setting, and most importantly, a women's team that can continue to help grow and amplify women's sports in this country." Now, when the team does exchange ownership, does that mean it could or would leave Utah? In Hansen's letter, he said he will try to make sure the new owners keep the team in the state. With a young 12-year-old stadium and the even younger RSL Academy in Harriman, seems like it's a no-brainer to stick around.
Say that the purchase is in the vicinity of $350 million. The stadium's probably worth about 100, and to build that stadium right now is probably closer to 300 million. You're looking at $1 billion investment to move this team. MLS will specifically find buyers and vet those buyers that are interested in keeping the team in Salt Lake.
Well, this would normally be a big week in the state of Utah, the opening week of college football. Instead of preparing for a season opener, Kyle Whittingham addressed the media this week, not knowing when the Utes' next game will be. As of right now, the Pac-12 has postponed all sports until January 2021. Meanwhile, the ACC, Big 12, and SEC will move forward with conference-only seasons. And now there are reports the Big 10 is considering beginning play after Thanksgiving. Unless the Pac-12 reverses course, the earliest we would see the Utes on the field would be in the spring. But is a spring season likely? How would it work? Kyle Whittingham has his opinion.
Right now, it's probably 50-50 at best. We can pull something like that off. In my opinion, I don't have any inside information other than just my own thoughts. It's all in the infancy stages, and a lot of ground needs to be covered before we get to that. And we'll just see what happens. But it's plausible, and we'll see how. I think it will be a clearer picture in the ensuing 3 or 4 weeks.
All right, now moving on. The best sports drama of the weekend didn't happen in the NBA, NHL, or Major League Baseball. It wasn't in Major League Soccer, NASCAR, or the return of college football.
Yeah, it happened on the PGA Tour Sunday on the 18th green at the BMW Championship. But before we get to the drama, let's check in with Tony Finau. He had a very good weekend of golf on a very challenging golf course at the BMW Championship. He saved his best round for last, too, firing 4 straight birdies on 11, 12, 13, and 14. He shot a final round of 5 under on Sunday, finishing 1 under for the tournament, which was good enough for 5th place.
All right, now the drama. What a duel this turned out to be between Jon Rahm and Dustin Johnson. Rahm thinking this was in the bag. This is on 16. What a putt. He moves to 4 under. He's got a 2-stroke lead. But this is Johnson on 18. This has no chance, right? I mean, really, from 43 feet on that roll? Wait, it does have a chance, and it's in. That forces a playoff. He drained it. Then in the playoff, Rahm tops that with the putt of the year from 66 feet. Whew. That is unbelievable. Yeah, you better celebrate after that. What a moment for Rahm. He wins the BMW.
Oh, my. Back and forth we go.
As painful as it might be, we go back to Orlando. How can the Jazz slow down Jamal Murray in Game 7?
Oh my goodness.
Ow.
Ice up, son.
Yeah, week 3 of the high school football season brought us rivalry clashes, a nationally televised game on ESPN, and a wild comeback you really have got to see. And we've got the top 5 plays of the week and our highlight reel when we get back.
SportsBeat is brought to you by Ken Garth. We hear you.
Well, this first-round playoff series between the Jazz and Nuggets has been a battle of the dueling guards. Donovan Mitchell and Jamal Murray are having a series for the ages. They both made 9 3-pointers tonight alone. Quinn Snyder, he was adamant that his team shoot more threes down in Orlando. In theory, the more you shoot, the more you make, right? Well, tonight the Jazz were making a lot of them, 18 of 36 threes. Mike Conley made 4 of those as well. Tonight, through the 6-game series, the Jazz have now made 102 3-pointers, which is a team playoff record. You can make all the threes you want, but you won't win games if you don't stop the other team from making them as well. Jamal Murray had 9 of the Nuggets' 18 threes tonight for 50 points. Murray has scored 142 points over his last 3 games. Only 2 players have more over a 3-game playoff stretch in NBA history. That's Jerry West and Michael Jordan.
You know, we're trying to make him hit contested shots, and he's doing that. There were times in the game when we did try to trap him or hit him and get the ball out of his hands. But he's playing terrific basketball. We've got to do a better job on him. We have a Game 7, an opportunity to do that. But he's been terrific.
All right, now to Major League Baseball. Which team is the most improved this season? I'd go with the Chicago White Sox. They've been irrelevant for years. Not anymore. Lucas Giolito had a no-hitter on Tuesday, and this team is full of talent and fun to watch. Let's start with the Royals and White Sox. Tied at 2 after 9. So we go to extras, and Luis Robert, the rookie from Cuba. A 3-run homer in the 10th. That'll end it. White Sox walk it off. They win 5-2.
The Subway Series, Yankees and Mets. Game 1 of a doubleheader, tied at 7 in extra innings. Gio Urshela singles to right. Mike Tauchman racing home. He's safe. Yankees win on the walk-off hit.
Dodgers, Rangers, and the Dodgers looking like the best team in baseball. They should with that payroll. 3 home runs today and an NL record 57 in the month of August. Dodgers get the win. They won 15 of their last 18. Red hot. Back to soccer. It's been an emotional week for Real Salt Lake, which has culminated in the announcement today that RSL owner Dell Loy Hansen will be selling the team.
Yeah, but last night they were able to shift their focus to the beautiful game, and it was a beautiful finish as well. RSL in Portland taking on the Timbers, down 4-2 with just seconds remaining in regulation. This game's over, right? Well, not quite yet. Giuseppe Rossi says, hey, How about a goal here? Subbed in only 5 minutes before, pulls one back for ourselves. Then still 10 seconds left in stoppage time, and Sam Johnson, oh, what a sweet turn. He steals a point from Portland on the road with that game-tying goal.
Sweet. All right, since we didn't get to see the Utes play college football this week and won't for a while, we want to take a trip back in this week's archive to a season opener for the Utes from the past.
What a season this was. On this day in 2008, the Utes traveled to Ann Arbor to face the Michigan Wolverines at the Big House.
And here is what happened. We didn't know then that this game would be the start of something special. Down 7-0 in the first quarter. Brian Johnson connects with Jeremy Brooks. You fans remember how fast Brooks was. A 55-yard catch and run. It set up the Utes' first score of the game. Corbin Laux with the 8-yard touchdown. How about Matt Asiata? He was the Utes' leading rusher with 77 yards, but he also had this 39-yard reception that set up a Louis Sakota field goal. King Louis had 4 field goals in the game. The Utes took a 12-10 lead and never trailed again. Just 13 seconds before the half, Johnson to Braden Godfrey. A 16-point second quarter was the difference. Brian Johnson passed for 305 yards, a 25-23 win in the Big House, the start of a 13-0 season. It's game week for the BYU Cougars. They travel to Annapolis, Maryland for a Monday Night Football showdown on ESPN with the Naval Academy. It kicks off at 6 p.m. Mountain Time on Monday, September 7th. It's not lost on the Cougars how fortunate they are to have this opportunity.
Play a team like that, to go toe-to-toe with them, to open it up on Labor Day, it's a great storyline, and we're super excited for it.
It's almost surreal because of the uncertainty leading up to it, and so now it just feels so good that it's just right there. We have, we're a little over a week from game day, and so yeah, just super fortunate, super blessed.
Well, college football's not in the driver's seat yet. We've got the best of the best from week 3 in the high school football season. That's coming up right after this. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back, and let's take a look back on week 3 of the Utah high school football season. And we start with the craziest game of week 3, in our opinion. Pineview making the 300-mile trip to take on Park City.
Yeah, this is a rematch from last year's 4A state semifinals, a game the Miners won by 4 touchdowns. But early on in this one, it looked like the other way around. Park City was trailing Pineview 27-7 at the half, but then the Miners' offense came alive. 21 straight points, capped off by this Max Alford touchdown catch. That put Park City up 28-27 in the fourth. The two teams traded scores the rest of the way. Then with just over 2 minutes to play, Pineview's Enoch Takau scores his 3rd touchdown of the game. 2-point conversion is good. Pineview up 7, but on the ensuing kickoff, you're seeing it there. Kirby Baines finds room. And yeah, he's gone on a 95-yard touchdown return. Park City an extra point away from tying the game. The kick is up and wide right. Pineview runs out the clock. They survive Park City's furious rally and get the 1-point win.
Rivalry game, 11th ranked Roy on the road against Fremont. Wild first quarter, 27 points scored combined, and it was capped off by this Tage Bingham 96-yard kick return. Fremont led Roy 14-13 after the first quarter. Let's go to the next Roy drive. It's Parker Kingston. You will never see Cade Harris more wide open than he is right there. A 78-yard touchdown. Fremont would answer, though. Jace Story hit in the backfield, but spins out of the tackle and is going to take it 29 yards to the house. Fremont up 21-20 at the half. Third quarter, all Royals. Kingston on the keeper. A 32-yard touchdown. He's got some wheels. Izzy Gordon added a pair of touchdowns for the Royals, and Roy gets the 34-27 win. Now 3-0, and that's 7 straight wins over their rival Fremont.
Well, when you're one of the best teams in the country and one of the only states in the country actually playing a high school football season, the national spotlight shines that way. Corner Canyon, the 14th ranked team in the nation, according to Max Preps. And ESPN wanted a closer look this weekend. The Chargers going for a 29th straight win. They were at Bingham on Friday night, and yes, televised on ESPN. Corner Canyon trailing by a field goal. They come right back to take the lead. Jackson Dart with a touchdown pass. It's a 7-3 lead. Next Bingham drive. Backed up on 4th down, and yeah, it's a fake. Parker Gurr runs for the first down. On the same drive, it's 4th down again, and yet again, it's another punt fake. This time, Gurr throws it to Will Hamilton. 1st down, Bingham. That drive carries over into the 2nd quarter, and it ends like this. Saya Lomu runs right and flips into the end zone. Miners with the lead, 10-7. That's when Jackson Dart took the game over, though. This kid is so good. Just 18 seconds after the Bingham touchdown, Dart finds Talmadge Hanley for a 69-yard pass and catch. Chargers back up 14-10. Then Noah Kerr slips behind the Miners secondary. Dart finds him in the end zone, 21-13, the lead. 3rd quarter, he's still slinging it. 34 yards to Hanley, and, you know, Hanley doesn't even know how Dart does it either. He's like, I don't know, he's just good. This time, Dart with a 28-yard connection to Cody Hagen, and he would throw one more for good measure in the 4th quarter, a touchdown pass, his 6th of the game, the 2nd one to Kerr. And Corner Canyon, they're just really good. I don't know how else to say it. They're 3-0 after a 42-20 win.
A top 5 matchup in Lehigh, Orem, and Skyridge. Skyridge looking dominant early. McKay Hillstead, just a sophomore, airing it out to Makafanga. That gets them in the red zone, and Jeter Fenton punches it in on the next play. Then Hillstead again finds James Palmer's outstretched arms. Hillstead would take it himself, 14-0 in the 1st quarter. Then Hillstead again, a wide open Mitch Adamson, 57 yards. 21-0 still in the 1st quarter. Skyridge looking to punch it in again. The Colton Brown die comes up with a big interception. Same score for now. Now for Skyridge defense to step up. Stone Mulatalo delivers some pain with the big sack, and the Falcons would find the end zone again before halftime. Man, this team's good too. Hillstead to Jack Hadfield, 72 yards, 28-0 at the half. Skyridge stuns Orem, 35-14.
How about 3rd-ranked Lone Peak hosting East? In the 1st quarter, Luke Romney to the air finds Crew McChesney in the end zone. 17-yard score, 7-0 Knights. 2nd quarter, Romney back at it. This time finding a streaking Weston Covey. A 25-yard touchdown made it 15-0 after the 2-point conversion. In the 4th, on the punt return, it's Caden Frank. Puts the game away with a 59-yard return, and Lone Peak wins 32-8.
American Fork was the team that topped Timfew last week. Friday night, AF hosting the West Panthers. The Cavemen strike first, 8-0 after the 1-yard run from Spike Adams. Then the Panthers answer Carson Lapati. Clarence Butler-Bird. Bird almost has the end zone. Lapati would finish it off, cuts the lead to 2. How about a reward for the big fellas up front? A touchdown for Hunter Dool and the fumble recovery. Little Piesman action there. Later in the quarter, Maddox Madsen to Will Zundel, and Zundel zips past the defense. 49 yards for the score. AF hands West their first loss of the season, 43-19.
Pleasant Grove is also looking to improve to 3-0. They were hosting Jordan. First play from scrimmage, Jordan fumbles, and Pleasant Grove's Wyatt Daw recovers. That turnover cost Jordan. Rex Connors on the counter. He's going 29 yards to the end zone. PG, the first to score in the game. Later in the opening quarter still, Sam Levitt finds Carter Merrill for the 29-yard touchdown. It's 14-0 Vikings. In the 2nd quarter, 3-touchdown lead. Levitt finds Aaron Jones. And Jones goes to work finding the end zone. Look at the moves. It's a 28-point lead. The offense was clicking.
Rex Connors making a house call. It's the hair, I swear. A Game Night 5 nominee. Vikings roll 42-0. Next game up, Hunter looking to spoil Westlake's perfect record, but this isn't how to do it. Hunter's gonna botch the punt return. Oops. Westlake, Spencer Hamuli recovers. Next play. Canyon Lee breaks one tackle. Ole's another in the spin move. They call him down at the 1, but well, I don't know, he might have been in. That set up this touchdown pass from Braden Ross to Zach Allen. It's 11-0 Westlake. Hunter trying to rally. Monet, Tautioli. Whoop! It's a 10-yard gain, but Westlake had too much firepower. James Maxwell off the slant. 18-0 Thunder. Hunter did find the end zone. Lorenzo Tuaoni. Thomas Davis closes the door with this touchdown for Westlake. They are undefeated. They win 25-14. All right, our game night. Number 9 Kearns hosting number 17 Olympus. Kearns seeking a 4th consecutive state title. Region title, not state title. Olympus, a 3rd region title straight. Both teams picked to be region champs once again. It was a very defensive first half. Kearns did manage to find the end zone. Quarterback Josefa Toia Iveao finds Joe Alus in the end zone. It was 7-0 Cougars at the half. The MVP of this game was Kearns running back NAKI LEHA. After a slow first half, he found some holes in the 3rd quarter. Watch how physical he runs. He had several long physical runs on this drive. LEHA finished with more than 200 yards rushing. And when Olympus keyed on him at the goal line, Toia Iveao used the play action to fake out the Titans and get in the end zone. 14-0 Kearns entering the 4th. And the 4th is where things get interesting. Olympus defensive end Eric Pedersen with the strip. But then Kearns defensive end Jack Kelly takes the ball right back. The sack, the strip, and the recovery all by Kelly. It set up Kearns for what they thought would be a touchdown and a 21-0 lead. Instead, Toia Iveao is picked off by Olympus defensive back John Schlendorf. The question is, would he score? Josefa with the touchdown-saving tackle. How about that for the quarterback? But moments later, Olympus quarterback Tommy Hogan to Josh Vandenacker, 13 yards. Now we have a ball game, 14-7 Kearns. Olympus tries the onside kick, and it works. They recover. The comeback is on until the Kearns defense steps up. They would hold on 4th down. Hogan going for the touchdown. It's incomplete, and Kearns survives and moves to 3-0 on the season.
All right, there's a shootout on Friday night between Lehigh and Riverton. In the 1st quarter, Creighton Cooper to Jackson Christensen. 7-0 Pioneers lead. 2nd quarter, Silver Wolves clap right back. Braden Woodruff up the gut and to the house. 40-yard run. Riverton down by just 1. Lehigh played some big defense. Tristan Royce with the interception. Setting up this run by Peyton Dieters. See you later. 14-6 Lehigh after he makes his way through the Riverton defense for 6. 2nd half, Creighton Cooper drops a dime to Grandy Gonzalez, 21-6. The 4th quarter, Owen Barton hammers one in, and the Silver Wolves, they're not going anywhere just yet. Lehigh doesn't let them get too close, though. Peyton Dieters again, this time a 44-yard house call, and the Pioneers win 28-18.
After losses to Davis and Corner Canyon, Harriman looking for their 1st win of the season against West Jordan. 3rd quarter, West Jordan lining up the field goal, snaps high, so they improvise. Boston Farmer able to get the pass off to Jackson Harris for the go-ahead touchdown. That's why your quarterback holds on field goal attempts. 14-10 Jags, but 4th quarter, Harriman's Cody Lazenby with that lefty laser to Michael Falatea, and that's the game winner. Harriman outlasts West Jordan 17-14.
How about the undefeated Bear River Bears leveling up Friday to face the Bonneville Lakers in Class 5A. First play for the Lakers. First possession came in best to Mason Kumpins. They convert the 2. It's 8-0. Bear River's Mile Hymas picked off by Jordan Jaquez. He had a nice game. Then came in best throw. 2 quick touchdowns to Jordan City and then to Cord Shaw. Cayman Best was thrown all over the field in this one, but check out the catch here. Jordan Jaquez really between the legs. Yeah, nice. Bonneville up 27-0 at the half. They closed it out for a 37-13 win.
This was a stunning result. Farmington and Ridgeline. Ridgeline's quarterback, Caden Cox, was the star of this game. 3 rushing touchdowns and another through the air. Ridgeline not only beats they beat the Phoenix. They beat them 45-7. Who saw that coming? All right, now to 2A and 3A. Beavers outscored its opponents by 101 points through 2 games. Facing South Summit on Friday, the average margin of victory for the Beavers has been 50.5 points per game. Not much different in this one. Trayson Hunter's pass gets tipped at Statler right. Right place, right time. And then another touchdown. Beaver rolls 55-10. All right, it's our favorite part of Game Night Live now.
Yeah, each and every week. This is the 3rd week now of our best high school football moments. It's the Game Night Live highlight reel.
Dead. It's not the end. Around forever. Sport warrior and king. How long do you think you can keep your friends safe from me?
goodness.
Wow.
Ice up, son.
Boy, that was a hit for you right there.
The 10, the 5, and here we have a pick 6.
Oh my goodness.
Intercepted for Wasak. Oh, he's taking that to the house. Dart to the 5, to the end zone. Touchdown, Don.
Josefa. He's going to toss it just like you said, and it's a touchdown.
Picked up, Garlic lobs one down the sideline, caught, open at the 50, 40, it's a foot race and he's gone. Here it goes, all alone in the end zone, and there's the big play capability. Kilgore for 72 yards.
In only 3 weeks of high school football, it's easy to see that Region 4 is top dog. Sam, Corner Canyon continues their domination. This week on national television, Sky Ridge jumps over American Fork. You know what? That impressive win over Orem, I can see why. Lone Peak also after that big week after a win over Orem. Everyone else moves up a spot. New to the top 10, Roy after that big win over Region 1 foe Fremont. So there are the GNL Power Rankings for the week. All right, it's time for the Game Night 5 that we do on Game Night Live. We count down the top 5 Utah high school football plays of week 3. And let's go to number 5, shall we?
Right into it, yeah. Our top 5 plays of the week.
About 104 yards passing.
Number 5, Millard running back. Jed DeGraffenried tossing defenders aside on a 48-yard touchdown run in the Eagles' 32-14 win over Delta.
Number 4 on the countdown, Spanish Fork quarterback Zach Dart somehow avoids the sack, changes course, and goes 15 yards for the touchdown in a play that was huge in a close game as Spanish Fork would win over Desert Hills.
How about number 3, West Jordan, turning a bad situation into a touchdown. Yeah, the bad snap.
Fire!
It's handled by Boston Farmer. He didn't get tackled. Instead, he throws a touchdown pass to Jackson Harris. How about that?
Bonneville wide receiver Jordan Jaquez. How in the world did he do that? Basically caught the pass with his lower legs. An ankle catch, I guess you could call that. That's unique.
And this play is just ridiculous. DeAndre Randolph from Alta. I mean, he catches it against the defender's
face. You got to see
face.
the low angle here.
Oh, it's amazing.
Watch this. He caught the ball on the defender's face mask and still hauled it in. That's a big-time play. That kid is going to be playing in college. Our Game Night Live Game of the Week on Friday. Provo at Spanish Fork. See ya.